Crève Amun-Rayay, written by Panda Bad Yanou. Le cook se dog be Amun-Rayay. Una bad Momaldo who. Uma day at who. Umuzer who. Li Panan Zaman who Wakat. Panda Bad Yanou. Kalel Hamadat at there lay Amun-Rayay. Natar Shilil Pa Patat Wu Pa Taha. Panuke Nawapu. I trust by way of Amun-Rayay and his master teachers and his papyri and his wonder for this day and time. Panabab Yanun. All praises are for Amun-Rayay, Nathar, overseer of the heavens and the earth. I am the Wapian.
All right, who was that first spiritual experience you'd like to share with us?
You do.
Very good.
How do I start this off? As of today, I had stopped listening to like one of my favorite artists. I had found out that they were a fan of Donald Trump and that they felt that Donald Trump was a good person and that they saw themselves in Donald Trump, and I decided that I will not be supporting or listening to their music. And
He's black too, huh?
Yeah, she's black too.
That's the devil.
And for 11 years, like, I was listening to this person, like, strongly, very big fan. And now that I looked at it, like, I was very, like, kind of pissed off that, you know, this person did this. But as I looked at it spiritually, I thought it was a good thing that it happened, because now it gave me a good reason to stop listening to them, because their music wasn't very, like, you know, high vibrational music.
I heard
so I felt like this was like the best way to get me to like stop listening to them, and quick, fast, in a hurry, I got rid of all the music. So
well, that blessed yourself.
I did bless myself.
I know you did. I never cease being proud of you. I'm continuously proud of you about your growth. And thank you and bless you. All right. Next spiritual experience.
I had one. I'd like to share.
Very good.
A couple of days ago, I reached out to you with an issue that I had, and you informed me that you would send me some light and not to worry about the issue, which I did. And it was only maybe like a day or a day and a half that I was outside, and I was getting out of my vehicle, and something just said, "Look up." And when I looked up, the sky was literally full of stars. I had not seen so many stars. And immediately, I knew I had shifted. I said, I'm no longer in Kansas. I'm like, yeah, this is a different space I'm in right now.
Very good.
That was pretty much it. But thank you.
Well, thank you.
Messiah.
I love you. All right.
I love you.
Next, anybody else? Keep Amun, are you here tonight?
Yes, I am.
Did you have something you want to share with the class?
Yes, I did. I want to talk about the dimensional shift, and you know, a lot of people not being conscious about it, and it's, you know, happening and stuff. Well, the first thing is this: if you are still seeing a whole bunch of stars, depending on who you are, you might be in the old world. But over here, in the other world that some people are living in, you're barely seeing star constellations and stuff. And some of the things that have changed, Star Wars, C-3PO, he was all gold, some people remember. And over here, one of his legs is a silver. And then one of the changes also we had talked about before, about mirror on the wall, this magic mirror on the wall here. And some of the ones that I found today were pretty interesting. Okay, Tony the Tiger, some people remember his nose. being black, but it's blue here. A lot of buildings, children, and people are missing from, the new world because they've shifted. Let's see, what else do I have? Some of the Bible changes that I found was interesting.
Can we hear some of those?
24.
Why don't y'all write these down? Okay. Give everybody an opportunity to get a pen and paper. Write these down. Okay, you can get started.
Okay. Exodus 24, verse 12. They say now, instead of it being called the Ten Commandments, it has changed to the tablets.
It changed to what?
Anytime you see the Ten Commandments, it's the tablets now. It's not the Ten Commandments. It changed to the tablets, 10 tablets.
And we all definitely, absolutely remember it being described as the Ten Commandments. Okay. Now it's the tablets. Okay.
Yes. And it's also mentioned in Exodus 32, verses 15 and 16 for that same, the tablets. Deuteronomy 4, verse 14.
Kind of move slower.
Chapter 8, verse 9.
Slow down now, please.
Okay. I apologize.
Mm-hmm.
Exodus 24, verse 12. Exodus 32, verse 15 and 16. Deuteronomy 4, verse 14. 1 Kings chapter 8, verse 9. And Isaiah chapter 11, verse 6 is now, it used to say that the lion will lay down with the lamb, and it's changed from being the lion to the wolf. Let's see. Mark 13, verse 10 has changed. Now it says the gospel is being preached to all nations. It didn't say that before.
No, it wasn't. It was only to the lost found sheep, to the children of Israel only. Right. Go ahead.
Right. And they also changed the word to published amongst all nations. That's what it is now.
Yeah. Yeah, that was changed.
And 2 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 8. The new saying says that Paul says that I robbed other churches, taking wages of them to do you service.
Right, which is crazy. Now, I want to be clear so that everybody else is clear. What she's saying is that the Bible that you were reading in the old world before the year 2000 or 2012, and, that it said completely different things in there, but after the dimensional shift, like 2012, the Bible was changed in this world. We're talking about the same Bible that you have in your house right now, that if you had that Bible in your house or your grandmother did, that Bible is not the same Bible that was there 20 years ago. Are you following me? It's not the same Bible. You think it is. It looks the same to you. It's not the same book. Now you have to ask yourself, how is it possible that somebody changed the Bible? How powerful? That had to be the Most High. Unless you have to assume that the devils turned into little Lilliputans and cookie monsters that climbed in your window and took a Gutenberg press with them and page by page and word by word laboriously changed the Bible just for you in every household. Or ask yourself, how is that possible unless the whole dimensions have shifted? Is everybody clear about what's happening here? If not, ask questions before she goes on. So you
I'm very clear.
Say it again.
I said I'm very clear.
Okay, so you know it's a new world. Okay. All right. And I also would like to add that the King James Bible now is the Prince James Bible. You can also type that in Google and it comes with Prince James Bible, not just King James, okay? And she was saying that Alice in Wonderland used to be mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all? Now in this reality, it's magic mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all? Are you following me? So these are just some of the dimensional shift changes that have occurred that are definitive and inescapable. Well, you can find a lot of these if you want to do some research under the Mandela effect. The Mandela effect. Now what that refers to is Nelson Mandela, that was once a high-powered lawyer in South Africa defending his people in the name of civil rights, was arrested while President de Klerk was in office, and he was sent off to Robbins Island for an undetermined amount of time, like a life sentence. He was just cast out. And what happened is that he died while he was in penitentiary, and many dignitaries and presidents, etc., went to his funeral, right? And there are pictures of them at his funeral. That was in the old world, but in the new world, in the new reality, Nelson Mandela was actually freed from Robbins Island and elected president of South Africa, and he replaced de Klerk as president. And he lived there, married to Winnie Mandela for many years, and he passed away peacefully as a successful politician in South Africa. That's two different realities that's happening simultaneously. And there are some people that are stuck back in the old world, and some of you that are moving ahead, evolving into the new world. So you better write down these verses so you can check your Bible and see which reality you're in right now. Because if you're still in the old world, you got some work to do. You're not taking this mission serious. All right, sister, go ahead.
I have a question.
I'll do my best.
I have a question. I'm sorry. So we have come from, as you said, from stars to seeing stars. Those are only two realities. So there are multiple realities as there are dimensions or parallel universes, correct?
Multiple realities? Yeah, there are many dimensions
multiple
and realities.
Or multiple timelines. There's just not...
Actually, countless, right. And we actually shifting, billions of times per second between realities.
Okay. Kawaha.
Mm-hmm. All right, Amun, could you go ahead? I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Yes, I can. Okay, now, the movie Casablanca with Humphrey Bogart. Some of us remember in the old world, it said, "Play it again, Sam." But it's changed over here to "Play it, Sam."
Yeah, that's right. I remember seeing that movie in the 40s. Humphrey Bogart, they were stranded on the island and a hurricane came up, and there was a black piano player named Sam. And they had a special song, him and the woman that he was in love with, and he would always tell him, "Play it again, Sam." But now in this reality, he just says, "Play it again." Is that what it is? Or "Play it, Sam"?
No, "Play it, Sam." Play it,
right,
Sam.
rather than "Play it again, Sam."
Mm-hmm.
Now that's something I uniquely remember. I'm sure a lot of young people won't remember that, but take our word for it. It is different in this world, in this reality.
I've seen that movie myself quite a few times.
Now, a lot of people don't want to believe that this is a completely new heaven and new earth, but that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, I remember playing.
All you got to do is look up.
That's right, Dal Brown. This is Dal Brown on the phone, and he's old enough to remember. Play it again, Sam. Yeah. That's right, in Casablanca. Mm-hmm. Thank you.
The next one, the next one is the Field of Dreams movie. It used to say, if you build it, they will come. Now it's changed to, if you build it, he will come.
That's drastic too. All these changes are drastic. That's right.
In the movie Oliver, the old line was, please, sir, may I have some more? So now, please, sir, I want more. And I know that's one of my favorite movies, and I know that's completely different as well.
That's right.
The Wizard of Oz movie, Toto, I don't think we're in Kansas anymore. Now it's Toto, I've a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore.
Right. That's different.
Right. Forrest Gump, life is like a box of chocolates. So now, my mama always said life was like a box of chocolates.
Right. Well, I got a feeling, Toto, that we're not in the same world anymore.
Right.
Good.
Okay, now some of us remember the Monopoly man having a monocle in the old world, and over here, they say he never had one.
That's
the
right.
Berenstain
He definitely had a monocle, one eyeglass in his eye. Yeah. But no more.
The Berenstain Bears, right. And the Berenstain Bears, it used to be spelled S-T-A-I-N. Now it's S-T-E-I-N.
That's right.
Over here. Curious George had a tail. Now he doesn't.
Because he used to hang from that tail all the time. Curious George used to hang from that tail on phone lines and trees. But he doesn't have a tail over here. Right, go ahead.
Febreze used to be spelled with 2 E's. Now it just has one. Fruit of the Looms used to have a cornucopia, and now it doesn't have one over here.
That's right. They used to have a basket of fruit on Fruit of the Loom underwear. A lot of you fellows will remember that. I definitely was raised up with that, and I remember that Fruit of the Loom cornucopia with the basket of fruit. Yeah, not there anymore.
Yeah, I remember that.
I do too. But you can go and find old underwear. It's not there anymore, D, over here. All right, sister.
So Looney Tunes had 2 O's. Now it's Tunes is T-U-N-E-S. Some of us remember Oscar Mayer, M-E-Y-E-R, and now it's Oscar Mayer, M-A-Y-E-R.
That's definitely different. Let me inject one thing, please, sister. You're doing a powerful job. But on Oscar Mayer Wieners, that commercial, I really studied hard. Or would you love to be an Oscar Mayer Wiener? Right? Now it's Oscar Mayer. The spelling is different. But I went so deep into it that I checked out the commercial. Now listen to this. And the words were the same as they used to be. Oscar Mayer Wiener. They sung the song on the YouTube video the same way, but the words and spelling that you looked at were changed to Oscar Mayer. You follow me? So that means that it was the other way around. The words were changed, but the sound was saying Oscar Mayer instead of Oscar Mayer. So it was like lightning. The light was traveling at 186,272 miles per second, and the sound was traveling much slower, like a sonic boom. You understand? Or lightning, you see the flash, and then you have to count for the sound of the thunder. So the visualization of Oscar Mayer had been changed. Oscar Mayer had been changed to Oscar Mayer, but the sound hadn't yet caught up. The auditory hadn't caught up yet. Okay, so I caught that shift in transit. All right, go ahead.
Kit Kat used to have a hyphen. It doesn't anymore. And we're having a lot more people over here are seeing crafts as opposed to in the old world. More people are having more contacts, with ETs and things of that nature. And the Star Wars used to say, Luke, I am your father. Now they say, no, I am your father.
Right. They took the word Luke out of there, yeah.
So, and Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood song changed from It's a Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood to It's a Beautiful Day in This Neighborhood.
Never said this. I grew up on Mr. Rogers. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. And never said in this neighborhood. That's right.
No, it did not. So
That's
again,
right.
all I can say, and then over here, we're moving stars. People are seeing stars being moved, even though they might not be aware of it. You couldn't do all that in the old world. A lot of us are more conscious now about our surroundings and what's going on in the real world, in this reality. A lot of people are starting to wake up to Vesica Pisces, which is this one world splitting into two, from the old world going off into the new world. And again, the only thing that I can say to people, if you really do not think that the dimensional shift is real and it never happens, all you have to do is look up at night. And during the daytime as well, because in the old world, the moon was out at night, not during the daytime.
That's right. Because the Quran and the Bible said that the night could never outstrip the day. Because you have the daylight, the sun is said for daylight, and the moon and the stars out at night, right? But now you see the moon and the sun side by side now in the daytime. Also, I'd like to say for people that know about the climate in Georgia, that it's going to be 73 degrees here, and it's been in the 70s and warm temperatures, and it will be for another week or so, even through Christmas, I believe. That's right. So it's in the 70s in Georgia, and we're not experiencing wintertime at all. I had
correct.
Yes, right, it is correct. And I had one Christmas I experienced in Georgia where there was mosquitoes out on Christmas. Mosquitoes in Georgia were out on Christmas Day. Are you following me? Another thing is, for people in colder climates, you should go out in northern latitudes and get a handful of snow, make a snowball, and take a big lighter and try to light it, and you find that it doesn't really melt like snow. It burns black like styrofoam. It's not real snow.
It is styrofoam.
It is styrofoam.
I'm up here. We're up north. Yes, it is styrofoam.
That's not real snow here in this reality.
That's
styrofoam. Right. Yes, it is. And I was with a young lady that was living with me, and we went to the courthouse here in Millersville, Terry Stevens, and there was a little snow on the ground, and she picked it up, remembering what I had taught, and said, Ahmed, I was still Ahmed at that time. She said, you mean to tell me this snow here won't. I said, take your pick it, and she lit it, and it just turned black, like soot. That's right. And she was amazed at that, astounded. Yeah. But these things are real and are signs of the time. You better wake up and get serious about this. It's very real. So you should be posting up these posts and trying to wake up your brothers and sisters, and not only eke across the line in the new heaven and new earth, but trying to earn you a seat, earn you a throne. Do the work. Wake up your brothers and sisters. Get involved in the mission. Take it seriously. Put the Most High and the Creator before the creation. Come out of her, my people, and be you not partakers of her sins, and therefore suffer the chastisement that she's going to receive. Go ahead, sister. Thank you.
Well, really, that's pretty much.
Well, that was a lot right
like
there. That's good.
Yeah. So, like
Well,
I said, we all just have to be aware of what's going on.
I tip my celestial hat to you, and I appreciate you. I love you for that. Anybody else have anything they'd like to share about the... Thank you. Anybody else have anything they want to share about the new heaven and new earth?
I have a question.
Yes.
Yes.
Why is the snow?
Go ahead.
Why is the snow like going to styrofoam? Like is that, what's the reason for that? Is that like
the reason for it is because this is a new reality that you're in. You're very young. You're 22 years old, but you might be. I don't know if you're old enough to remember real snow. Were you raised in the north where there was snow in the wintertime?
No, I mean, I was in the south, but I do remember when I was in New York when I was like 9 in the snow. But it's been a long time since like I've been like around the snow.
Okay, when you were 9 years old, the snow was already fake. So you never experienced real snow, so you wouldn't know the difference. You follow what I mean, Jasmine?
No, because back then we could sit up there, used to make ice cones, snow cones, with it.
I was just going to say that.
Oh, my goodness. And then, the ice, you barely even see icicles now.
And it would melt. But now, when you're driving in your car and you see snow on the rooftops, even when the sun comes out, the snow persists. It's still up on the rooftops. It melts real slow. It's not the same snow that we used to be in. Because I was in Michigan many years, 17 years, and I'm telling you, I experienced real snow. And this stuff is not it. It was part of Babianu, Malachi Z. York, that first told me about it, that it would be fake snow in Millersville. And I went out and tested it. So it's right. And I just want to reaffirm to people that Panabab Yanun is the real master teacher. He is extraterrestrial. He was sent from Ilion El. Are you following me? These are facts. He is the real thing. You understand? He is my counterpart. He and I are one. And I love him with all my heart. You follow me? Now, anything that you hear that makes you wonder about him, if you read in the Injil or the Holy Tablets or Patal that causes you confusion, understand that these are writings that he wrote, and that you have to decide in your own mind why he wrote these things. It's a question to me. I don't know what the Most High. All I'm sure of is that myself, Ahmed, Amun, I have a mission. I too was sent to you from Ilion El, and I have my own personal mission. And I did everything in my life, sacrificed over 40 years to help Panabab Yanun in his mission. And I consider he and I one, and I make no distinction between us. Are you following me? So, go ahead. Anybody else have questions? Walt, did you have anything you wanted to share about the dimensional shift or anything else?
I'm here, Amun.
Okay.
No, but I did want to add or say that the day that you had called me, like when I was sleeping, and I woke up to a nucleus, like immediately after I'd been traveling all night.
Yeah.
That was really powerful. And then you told me that you came to see me in my dream.
I did.
I'm starting to regulate some of those dreams I had. I had a whole bunch of traveling. And I kind of wanted you to explain to them exactly what traveling really is in your dreams while you're sleeping.
Okay, it's the difference between lucid dreaming and astral flight, or OBE astral flight. And I wanted to say also on my own behalf that I have had a lot of extraterrestrial contact, especially recently, but I was just really confused because it was more from Amorite beings like Bashar and then some other 4 other Canaanite Caucasian beings, kind of short and heavy set, that I didn't recognize, and I was kind of on guard about that, and on my, defense, had my defenses up, and I'm gonna change that attitude because we were taught by Panabab Yanun not to be like that, because that if we were on a craft and we had another extraterrestrial being that believe in divine love and the oneness, etc., that they may be externally different, looking like a praying mantis. And you might want to jump up and run, changing seats, pointing at them, but you got to remember that as strange as these beings look to you, that you look just as crazy to them. How must you look to a praying mantis as far as what they're used to seeing as beings? You follow? So just calm down and start learning how to accept beings, because you judge people not by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. You were taught that by Martin Luther King. And none of us knows what's inside the sun. Are you following me? However, be on your guard, because you're not delusional. There are a lot of pale devils now. You know what I mean? But you got black ones too. So don't be surprised, or don't deceive yourself, beloved, into thinking the devil comes in one shape, form, or color. All right. Go ahead, Walt.
Yeah, so basically I was traveling all night, and I don't recall exactly seeing you in my dream, but I know that you were there while I was traveling, like I'm saying. And then I really woke up exhausted, like literally, like as if I was somewhere I was not. You know what I mean? Like I was not here. It's what it felt like.
Exactly, like you were busy while you were asleep.
Right. You know, and I literally woke up like I was sweating, you know, like a bunch of sweat in my clothes, you know. And my daughter even she said, like, she woke up smiling. She was like, Dad, you know, had a great dream last night. She told me there's this movie she likes to watch, it's called If, Imaginary Friend. She's like, I had a dream. I was watching If in real life, you know. And you know, later on that day too, I explained to her, you know, like how we change kids. You know, they come straight from the source, and we deprogram them. They know more than we do most of the time, and how we deprogram them by telling them they're not seeing these things. You know, I never do that for her. You know, I don't tell her that you're not, you're not seeing nothing. You know, and that she really was. You know, that she really was where she said she was, you know, in her dreams.
That's
but
right.
I guess my question, not even a question, it was just like I just needed more explanation in terms of like what traveling really is. Like what, you know, how do we wake up in these sweats and you know, and if we're not even running in our dreams, we're not running physically, how do we wake up like that? You know what I mean?
Okay.
Tired and exhausted.
Well, the answer is that there is no real distinction or separation between the physical and the spiritual plane, because everything's in the same place at the same time, vibrating on different frequencies. If you woke up overheated and sweating, it's because you were in higher dimensions. Because just like the substance water, at lower vibratory movement, it solidifies into ice, like bones and teeth. And the temperature drops, is cold. But when you raise the temperature, you raise the vibration, and it converts into a gas you call steam or spirit. And it also ascends etherically when you leave it on in the heat long enough until you can't see water, steam, or ice. So evidently, this doctrine is a heat, that if you comfort yourself with it, you will surely ascend. And all reptilian beings, be they black or white or some other form, they always complain about being cold. It's the nature of reptiles to be cold all the time, right? You see these old black men that don't have any body fat, you know, with the alligator hands looking, and that eat raw eggs and different things, and they back themselves up to the heater on the wall, and it's blazing, and they have on sweaters and long johns, and still be talking about it's cold, and you be about to suffocate, you can't even breathe. You understand what I mean? Mm-hmm. These are reptilian beings sucking them eggs raw like that, and with that, their skin cracking. I mean, with the paint cracking on the wall, they still talk about they cold. You understand? I'm always cold. You understand what I mean? That's reptilians. You understand? But yeah. But now, and when you go to sleep at night, all of us, what happens is that inadvertently you travel out of your body, and that doesn't happen sometimes. It happens every night, because during the day, Walt, your spirit and your body are connected. It's like what they say, you have 180 degrees of knowledge of positive, 180 degrees of knowledge of negative. They're talking about the physical and the spiritual aspects of you. So when you're trying to decide on what you want to, where you're going to go for the day, I'm going to go here as opposed to there. You may have your higher self say, don't go there, Walt. And then you argue with your higher self because you want to. Physically, you have decided to go there to meet some woman or special food that you wanted. And you go there and you find out you made a bad decision. You should listen to your higher self. But at night, when the physical brain and body shuts down for slumber, the spirit raises up in vibration and acts freely on the flesh. Are you following me? Because you're in a state of sleep now. And the physical form is no longer invested in your reality. And that spiritual light that's in your solar plexus raises up in vibration, and it travels up your spinal column like an elevator light from the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh planes. It passes up the laryngeal seat and the pineal gland, and it raises up, that light does, which is the essence that the Most High merely shared and we became. It goes to the mouth of the etheric tube at the top of your head, raises up, that causes it to expand in the opening, and the light travels out of your head into that tunnel or that thin, transparent, hollow tube. And you leave your body every night, and you have sensations sometimes because you very seldom remember your dreams. A lot of people don't remember dreaming at all, but they too have dreams. That's what you call this, alternate reality. And then you have a sensation like you're flying and floating, and what you call a dream. But it's actually an OBE, or out-of-body experience, astral flight. And right then, where you are and what you do depends, because wherever thoughts go, energy flows. Let me repeat that. Wherever thoughts go, energy flows. So it seems like you change scenes very quickly in a dream. You were right here with your little brother, and then now you're driving a car in Philadelphia or whatever. You know, scenes keep changing real quick because they change with the speed of thought. You follow me? And after you go to these different places, and sometimes you meet people that you never met before, or go to places you never experienced being before in the spirit. And then sometimes it's strange because you see people that look unfamiliar, that you never saw anybody that looks like that, but you know it's your cousin or whoever it is because their essence is unchanged. They have the same spirit and same personality. And you can sense that. And you know that's your cousin Willie or whatever, but they look completely different. And after you get through with all of your business in the spiritual plane, then that ball of light, which is connected to the etheric cord, it slides back down that tube, the etheric tube, just like on the movie Sliders. You slide back down that tube and then pop back into your head, and that light reanimates your flesh because you're about to wake up. And you have to be patient enough as a brutal to allow that light to travel back down your spinal column and get properly reseated in the solar plexus so that it can trigger electrical impulses as an energy source to trigger fibrous nerves in your arms and feet and the rest of your body that are just muscle strands that cause those strands of muscles to expand and contract depending on the amount of voltage that you send to it, right? Just like if you touch an electrical source, you can get locked up on it, or it can cause you to recoil, or it can lock up your muscles or cause them to act in different ways. People jump around and act crazy. Well, your mind power is so powerful that you can control your dexterity with your electrical impulses so completely that you can write in cursive. And we used to be able to write with our left and right hand at the same time towards one another, our name, for example, simultaneously. But what happens with people that try to move when that light comes back into the top of their head, before they allow it to travel down the spine and get reseated in the solar plexus, is they feel a sense of paralysis, like they can't move, and they get scared and ask their grandparents, and they say, well, that was a witch riding your back. But what that is, the scientific term for it is sleep paralysis. Sleep paralysis.
Okay.
Because you have to give that light the time to travel back down the light cord of your spine and get properly reseated in the solar plexus to trigger electrical impulses so you can operate feet, hands, and it says you can stand up and operate that body again and get up out of bed. And what's strange about that, when you wake up, a lot of times you're disoriented. You don't even know where you are. You're in a complete and total fog. Even when you go to the bathroom, you stand up and look at the urine in the toilet and you're confused. You know, until you have to remember, oh yeah, I'm at home in my house and today is Tuesday. I have to go to work. I have to be there at 8:30. Oh, what time is it? And you start remembering and you start investing your focus back into this reality again. And then you get up and get involved, take your bath, and then get outside in your car and go to work or school or whatever it is, right? You remember that you belong to this three-dimensional hologramic light show. But what it is in the reality, you're a much broader being, a spiritual being that don't have any boundaries at all. You're not trapped inside of present places of things. This, in fact, is the dream that you're in right now while you're talking to me. And the walk, that was what you call astral flight or traveling, that was the real you. Or much closer to the real you. Are you following me? Because you're conscious. Yeah. Now, if I didn't answer your question correctly, please turn it, and I'll try to approach it from another direction.
No, you did, and that kind of leads me to another question, because I've actually had the sleep paralysis before, you know, and it felt like it was like someone was holding me down, basically, like sitting on my chest almost, you know, like I couldn't breathe, you know, I felt like my whole body was like I was just numb. I couldn't move. Only thing that I could do was talk, and it was barely talking. It was like saying, help me, you know, like somebody help me, you know, and then
the reason for that,
it's just like,
well, is when that light comes in through the etheric cord into the top of your head, it reanimates your brain and mental faculties so that your throat and different things could work and you can speak. But if you give it time to just go down your spinal column, it starts waking up the rest of your body as it travels down. Are you following me?
I understand.
Because your body, without that light, is just an empty vessel. You call it dead or a corpse. But when people die, they check for vitals, for breathing and pulse and temperature, etc. And then they pull the eyelids down and cover them and said, okay, she's gone now. She's cold. Because that light is the source of heat inside of you, too, that makes you maintain a constant body temperature of 98.6. It keeps you at that temperature, even if you're living in the snow and you go outside and it's 12 degrees outside, inside your core temperature is 98.6. Because the spiritual essence of you, that's the most high blue to your nostrils, keeps you at that constant temperature. You follow what I mean?
I understand.
Right.
And then, so I have another question. So, in terms of us being in gestation, in terms of babies, are they still experiencing the same thing? I know I've heard they can dream. I heard that babies can dream. I heard that we can dream while we're in the womb. And now, are they experiencing the same concept as us in terms of, you know, being seated? Or are they not animated yet? Are they not activated yet?
No, they are activated. You know, they are activated. Babies that you take home are activated. But no, they don't have the same dreams as we do, because your dreams that you have now at your age are determined by the experiences that you have in your life journey. You follow me? But a baby is new here, and the only thing they can dream of is past experiences that don't involve this place. Are you following me? So that people that are very spiritual can make contact and talk to ghosts, or what you call dead, or people that passed over before. Because you are a constant person that are here forever. The only thing that we cannot do ever is imagine. This one thing that's totally impossible. You could do anything, but it's impossible for you to imagine non-existence. You follow me? You can't imagine non-existence because it is non-existent and permanently belongs to that realm. So you understand?
Right.
My point is that you all are here, always were here, and always will be here. You're going to be here forever. in one form or another. You're just changing form. Are you following me?
Right.
But you are a permanent being. Only thing relevant is whether you spend your eternity in heaven or what you describe as hell. And that'll depend on whether you have low vibratory thoughts. People with low vibratory, they're very sluggish in their mental and physical movements and decision making. And those that are vibrating fast, that's right. And the ones that are vibrating faster, they speak and think and move a lot faster.
Sure.
Yes, true.
Amun.
Yes.
If I might
I got a question on that too.
Go ahead, sister.
When you said that about the low vibratory thoughts and everything, because when you are vibrating, whether you're vibrating high or low, that's part also of the shift. You're in the shift if you're vibrating high or low. So when you have those low vibratory thoughts and those actions, which people speak them, and that just displays or confirms that they're vibrating low. You know, when they have
that means that they're divided into the old heaven and old earth. But if you recall, the last class we had was brilliant. Was done by Walt and the brother Har and Katat. But they were teaching about the Schumann resonance, right? That Mother Earth, the Gaia, is raising up in vibration all the time, and that you're walking on her back, and if you're not raising up in vibration and recalibrating, then that means you're being left behind in the old earth, right? And you'd be confused. You'd be confused by people that are vibrating much faster, and they call it end times madness. The people are being left behind start getting angry and crazy, shooting people and just getting upset and evil because they'll be confused, totally confused about what's going on because everything is starting to move a lot faster than they can understand. They don't know. They don't understand what's the hurry. You understand?
Absolutely.
They don't understand.
Didn't they have?
Because they're still moving like lightning. Old feet don't feel me now. Go ahead.
They have to have the star seeds or the light beams to come so the critical mass of the planet could be shifted so we could make the ascension. That's
right. Right. But you know, the whole galaxy itself is moving through a part of the universe where there's gaseous clouds and nebula with high energy. And this happens every 25,000 years. We're going through a phase now into the sun cycle where the vibrations are speeding up naturally. Like I said, Mother Earth, Tiwawit, Tiamat, whatever you refer to her as, is raising up in vibration constantly. And you can gauge this. One of the ways is by researching the Schumann resonance. And it's right now about 7.8. But it's doubled since the dimensional shift. It's doubled in speed and velocity in that short period of time. And your body, just like that glass on that commercial with Ella Fitzgerald when she hit that note and the glass shattered, for those old enough to remember, your body, like glass, can shatter if you keep raising up in vibration and don't give yourself a chance to adjust to it. Your body can shatter. So what Mother Earth does is she raises up in vibration and gives you a chance to correct and raise up in vibration in tune with her, and then after a while, it'll raise up in vibration again, taking it. So everybody that's going to make this trip is ascending higher and higher, tab, plane after plane. You're raising up in frequency and vibration, becoming more consciously aware and expanded, because as they ascend, they're becoming more in tune with all, and they're starting to experience and feel more divine love, order out of chaos. They're starting to think more like deities and less like physical brutes or animals, right? They're moving further into supreme beings. Are you following me?
Right.
And they want everything organized and,
Negative thoughts may come, but you're not going to entertain it.
Yeah, even if they come. That's right. But they'll start fading away from you. You won't even be able to think negative unless you surround yourself with negative people, and they'll force you, and there'll be clashes. There'll be clashing energy. Right. Because they'll keep trying to force that slow vibratory, like ignorant way of thinking on you. And you keep trying to force them up to. That's right. Because everybody's confused. The people that are ascending and the ones that are not ascending confused because you're in the same place at the same time. You can see each other and touch each other, but you're vibrating on a much faster frequency, and they're still back there with old nigga Joe. You understand?
But how do you tell someone that it's not a contest? It's not a contest at all. I mean, I
contest?
That's what some people think. It's not a contest on.
It's not a contest. All flowers bloom. Let me put it like this: all flowers bloom in their own season, right? But the contest, if you want to call it a contest, it exists with yourself. The contest is going on within yourself, because if you don't keep up with these vibrations and this ascension, you will be left behind. Period. You'll be left behind in the old world. And all these horrible things and revelations and all these nightmares and all these, they'll become a reality for you. You will experience that. You follow me? Because there'll be a new heaven and a new earth. Let me explain this. When the scriptures make reference to there'll be a new heaven and a new earth, where the former things will have passed away, and it says there'll be no more hunger, no more thirst, no more crying, no more sickness, no more pain, no more death. For the former things will have passed away. What they're describing perfectly is spiritually ascendant beings. Beings that are no longer physical or carnal, but now are spiritual. Ask yourself, when was the last time you were hungry in the spirit, or cold in the spirit, or became injured in the spirit? How many people have been stabbed spiritually and died? Or shot in the spirit? That's right. Or died of old age, or got sick or infirmed in the spirit. Not in the spirit, that was your body. Your body. So when you ascend up and you transform from a physical to a spiritual being, for you, there'll be no more. See, right now, you can go on YouTube and you can find, what do you call those people again that don't eat at all?
Breatharians, right.
Breatharians.
There are people you can find on YouTube. Just type in breatharians, YouTube, and these people, they have stopped eating solid food, and they're just as vibrant and healthy as you, even happier and shining, but they no longer need physical sustenance anymore, because these are breatharians. They live off energy. They live off energy. Now, you live off energy too, but you eat food and drink substances, and then your body go into osmosis and converts it into energy, right? But they no longer, they removed that first step, and they just go straight to the energy, and they don't need the hamburger or the food anymore. You follow me? And so when you go to the new heaven and new earth, you're going to be in essence a breatharian. You won't need, there won't be no more hunger, no more thirst, no more aging, no more tears, no more pain, no more death or aging, for the former things will have passed away. Now, the people that don't keep up with that vibration, and they keep on with that old-time religion, they're going to experience death, hunger, pain, and hell. They're going to experience all these things. You follow me?
Sure.
Because they are being left behind. They will experience aging and death and all that, yeah.
Is that what happened to everyone in 2012? Like, remember when the Earth was supposed to end in 2012, and everyone? That's when it was supposed to reset. Are those people still left there in 2012? Are they, are some of these people still here?
Yeah, some of them are still here. Some of them are still here. But I'll tell you what you do when you drive around. Now, you're starting to see a lot more buildings chained up and houses vacant, etc., right?
Right.
Those people that used to occupy those houses and buildings, they're left behind in the old world. They're no longer on the same frequency, sharing the same reality with you. You follow me?
Wow.
Another thing you used to experience is children. Little children are innocent, and they go straight to heaven. You understand? So what it is, and they haven't been in the world long enough to experience, a lot of sexual and getting high and different things like that, right? So you used to remember older people used to see a lot of children getting on school buses and crowds, walking the stores, playing tag, and with their sweaters wrapped around their waists with book sacks, coming back on skateboards with little snacks from stores. But now you don't see those crowds of children anymore, do you? Getting off those schools. Where are all those children? Where are all those children at?
It's a good question.
That's what you need to start asking yourself, and it'll make you scratch your head without your hand, right?
Right.
Where are all the children? Where are all the stars?
Literally used to be them.
That's right, because in the year 2000, you used to look up at the sky since childhood, and you were amazed at how many stars were up there. It was stars, a starry sky, stars everywhere. The sky was full of stars. But now, in the southern hemisphere, you can look up and see 4,500 stars with the unaided eye. In the northern hemisphere, you see the same amount with your naked eye. But now you look up at the skies at night, and sometimes you can count all the stars on two hands.
That's right.
Sometimes, too.
So the question is, where are all those stars at? It's not only a new earth, but it's a new heaven and a new earth. You follow me?
I understand.
That's right.
Amun.
Yes.
You answered my next question too. I was going to ask you that. What happened to all the, what was going to happen to all the children? I was talking to a friend today, like all the children that who don't, that you want to, that you take, for instance, my own child, my own two children. Are they automatically going to have the seat, or, do they come with us, or do they stay here and are they taken up and they come back to?
Yeah, most children, that when the dimensional shift hits, like I said, they're innocent, and they don't have any attachments to the world that you've grown accustomed to. With people that have been in the world a long time, and they acquired age, and they've learned habits through repetition, and they're used to this, and they believe that, and it got set like concrete in their mind. This is reality. This is the way this is. This is the way that is. And they can't change. You can't teach your old dog new tricks. Those people are binded to that old reality, and they will not change, and they will not raise up. They won't wake up. You understand? But these children are new here, and they're not really attached to these different things. You follow me? So they're more open-minded and innocent. They haven't sinned and killed and lied and stealed and thinking evil and hatred. They're not really like that. They have a pure heart. So they never really left the heavens. They're still celestial beings. They're still angelic hosts. You follow me? They're still pure. That's why the devil preys on children, because he wants to rob them of their purity.
Right.
Like Jeffrey Epstein and those type of creatures.
Right. Exactly.
Amun, can I ask my question?
Yeah, let me just interject that right now, there's a war, the final conflict, right, between good and evil and truth and lies. And the devil, that's part of the old vanguard, that the child molesters and the murderers and this, that, and the other, like Donald Trump and all those politicians that's with him and people that vote for him. These are people that are invested in the old reality. And they really want to back things up to the old days, right? Make America great again. America is great right now, but they want to make what they mean, if they want to make it white supremacist again, back in the old days. And when you could molest children and all that, and nobody, because the good old boys club protected you, right? But now they're in reality, but things are becoming more exposed and people are becoming more conscious, so you can't get away with the things you used to get away with, right? And they're getting very mad because people like Donald Trump can't understand what people are getting excited about. This is the way things have just always been done. Rich white men do whatever the hell they want to anybody, and that's it. No, that's the way it used to be, asshole.
Right.
You understand?
That's right.
That part.
There's the new sheriff in town. And it's a new town. And there's a new town.
That's right.
What's the name of that movie where everything was white in it? I sent it to a lot of you on DVD.
Oh, it was the black and white movie. It was all black and white at first. Somethingville.
Pleasantville.
Pleasantville.
That was it.
Google the movie on YouTube, Pleasantville, and you'll see what Donald Trump is talking about. They want to keep it back like that. No color, yeah, that's right. Well, the white man just superimposes his image over everything. Look, the world, the reality that they created was a damn lie. You see, in Donald Trump's world, that's right, Leave It to Beaver, and Wally Cleaver, they wasn't the Ku Klux Klan and slave masters and murderers. Just like right now, they're still trying to give the world the impression that black people are evil and criminals, right? And everybody, every other race of people is the terrorist, and you got to be careful to kill all the evil people. But all these mass murderers that you see in elementary schools and post offices and all over the world, hundreds a day all over the world, and also, what color are the perpetrators? The murderers every time.
They're
what
white.
kind of what the race of the ones that are really the real devils are white people, but they're pointing the finger of guilt at everybody else. Do you understand? That's the lie the devil has always lived under. He is the evil one, and he's making evil fair seeming with him, and then which means he's making all good seem evil. You follow me?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. They want to show you the right way to do wrong.
They want to show you the right way to do wrong, right? But you have to belong to that club, and they stand on that. So a devil will argue down. They're getting mad because they're defending the lies and evil way that they think and live. And if you try to expose them and show them that's wrong and the right way to do it, they get actually offended and mad.
Absolutely.
That's right. Yep.
I'm a grown woman. I do things, you know what I mean? I've been doing things like this for 80 years. And then you can't come tell me, you understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yep, exactly.
Can't tell you wrong, partner. When I can't tell you wrong and you wrong, then you in the wrong goddamn place.
Exactly.
That's right.
That's right. That's
So
right.
we're gonna go get a plunger and plunge that shit down your throat and force that old filthy mess down your. You got to adjust to the way they think, or what? They'll get mad. My daddy used to tickle me. Talking about, I said, that man mad like that. My daddy asked me, he said, is he swelling up? He's hot, right? I was, and I looked at him. He said, he's sweating. He said, did he pop yet? I said, no, he didn't pop. He said, oh, if you don't pop, don't worry about it. Man, fuck him. He's mad. He's getting hot. He's swelling up. Did he pop yet? You said, now when he popped, now you say, okay, now he was really mad after he popped. But you gotta wait till he popped now.
I love you.
I love you too, though. But that's right. Is he mad? Did he pop yet? Yeah. Oh, she mad. Did the bitch pop yet? Did she pop? If she ain't popped, that motherfucker, he mad. Don't worry about it.
He ain't mad.
Not till they pop. Yeah. Yeah. Now, sorry, you've been trying to. Did you have a question? All right. Now, I'd like to take you all back to where I left off on reading about the new heaven and the new earth. Yeah. If you remember from the last class. Okay, as far as the shift, you can start your day. It's happening. The frequency has gone up. It's documented. We've seen what's going on. The imbalance of the hope human species has created. This crisis we're going through because we've been rejecting the whole structure that's in place. And this has allowed us to step away from it and create something new if we choose. Now you could go through, and you may believe this, we're going to hell in a handbasket. Here we go, blah, 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 blah. You can go into that space, all right? You can do that if you want, and that's exactly where you'll stay. And you'll resonate with other people who will cheer you on. Separation, no compassion, no unconditional love. no unconditional love there. And other people will say, wow, this is an opportunity for a new earth. Yes, this is amazing. What can we do? We never have to go back to destroying our planet. Everything you do now is going to determine, according to your frequency, what dimension you will operate in and what will happen in your world and what probability you're choosing. This is science. In fact, there's so much out there that you probably don't even know. I was talking to one of my friends who is really up on this stuff, and she said, never heard of these things. Said, these real experiments, I can send you a link. So you should Google this. Go on. I'm not making this stuff up, and I'm not making up nothing I say. Go on. That's what a Messiah is here, to take y'all to a new paradigm, right? A new reality, a new heaven and a new earth. The ascension and all that old stuff, like Yanu said, has got to go. Religion and no matter how sophisticated and entangled and intelligent it sounds, and you can memorize all kinds of things, but it's still passé. And Google, dimensions, vibrations, frequencies. Tulsa said, everything's a vibration, everything's a frequency. There's nothing else. There's no material world. It is all a frequency. It's all fabrication of our focus within the conscious field and creating this as a collective. Nothing punishes you. Nobody makes you feel bad. Nobody makes you do or feel anything. You have anticipated in everything. You have participated in everything. When you find a value, you go to a higher frequency, because now the things happening to you that you don't like, you see it differently. So you just shift it to a higher frequency with people that said, hey, you know what? I'm going to forgive my parents because what great teachers they were. Wow, why would I ever feel anything negative towards another person? Why would I ever say anything bad about another person? Why would I ever have to argue a point? We can share. We can share our thoughts and feelings. You can with reasonable people, right? But when you in an argument with, like, say, a devil, their mind is locked, and it's like they got visors on, or they can't hear or see. They're like Suman, Uman, and Bookman, deaf, dumb, and blind, and they return not. So you arguing with a mule, a dumb animal, okay? You go into lower, that's right, they don't understand anything. You go into lower frequency of battle. Anything that battles is a lower frequency, so they bring you down when you arguing with them. They bring you down into that frequency. You're going to hell, okay? No, you're going to live in that world. I'm choosing a different world. And my world has shifted unbelievably. All of these symptoms that you had with the electromagnetic field, you've been feeling all that shifting into eating lighter foods. Not when you eat meat. Not when you eat meat makes you heavy and carnal, right? Okay, or either when you don't want to eat anything more. That's me right now. I don't have an appetite for anything. I'm going towards a breatharian. That is your DNA changing. It's a physical thing. It's really happening because our powers are kicking in. Because when you go to a higher frequency, all of this magic kicks in, and it's real. All right? So I'm going to do a video, and if you're in my class, shifting to miracles, I talked about what's the difference between manifesting, which you're doing all day long. Every thought is manifesting, and my thoughts do manifest. Even when you're not thinking, you're manifesting. Your frequency is creating everything and pushing you in that higher dimension, 24/7. Manifesting isn't just what you do. When I focus on it, when you do that, you intensify what you're creating. So if you're going into the negativity, you're intensifying creating that. So we can create and manifest amazing things in our own world by focusing on it. That's why I have you go 3 seconds to manifest anything. I have you focus on that thing, focus on that thing, focus and get away from there, and pretty soon it starts to show up. Something with your frequency, stay in the high frequency, all right? You are creating your reality every moment. So what's a miracle? A miracle is when we go on a super high frequency. That's all. So when you're thinking and you're manifesting things and your high frequencies here, but you still got a few doubts and you know, I don't love myself. Now I have a lot of people like on Telegram, they asking me, why are you obsessing on moving stars? And I know that they're serious, right? And I'm trying to think, well, for one thing, nigga, because you can't move them, right? But the point I'm making is this, is I'm trying to exercise a muscle that's now become latent because I'm a carnal being. So I'm exhibiting, in other words, instead of running around with reckless cries, I'm God, with a sharp uniform and a tall hat on, looking like royalty, and the hat is empty. I'm trying to become a God by doing the things again that God used to do, fool.
Right.
And
Right.
that's right. And mommy and daddy didn't love me, so still got some of that in me. You're not in the miracle space. Why do people get miracles? Because they completely let go of everything. They're in a place where they're backed up against the wall and they let it go. I don't believe anything anymore. I'm open to everything. Yes, I'll accept it. Yeah. Finally, you can live like that every day. My friend said this today, and I actually was thinking it last night. Thought, wow, I'm studying some real crazy scientific, like unbelievable, hard to believe stuff, right? And I thought, but I believe that anything is possible. Even stuff that's really out there, like moving stars. It is possible. We do it all the time. I think they're going to do it again tonight. And everybody that participates in it is trying to rejoin that higher echelon of the chosen. I think it's real. And to somebody, and they're creating that reality. If I don't want to believe that, I don't have to. But it's my thought generating a higher frequency. So here's another thing. All of you guys holding back on anything of what you want to do with your life. Do you want to be an artist? Do you want music? Make things? Why aren't you doing it? That's the higher frequency. I quit my 25-year thinking job. I wrote a best-selling, award-winning book and several others. I have a television movie. Why? Because I just went into that space of passion, higher frequency, and things opened up for you up there. It is a higher frequency. So when I say up there, I mean when you go outside your body. You're tapping into everything. If you shift into miracles, down into descriptions, there's a discount. I actually do a practice in that 3-hour session where I take you into the quantum field. It's pretty powerful. People actually wrote me after that. I always get emails, and then they go, oh my gosh, these things are happening to me. And I say, yeah, you just opened off to positivity, and you went to a higher frequency. I just don't open up to anything. I open up to the high frequency. So you should never be afraid. Somebody have a question?
Yes, I have a question. So is that considered quantum jumping? And it's a 2-part. And is that possible for us to visit risk like that?
That's right. In fact, if Katat in Africa now, are you here? I've taken people to risk in Katat. The brother from Jamaica, that's
Yes,
in
I
Africa.
remember you mentioned it.
Yeah, and he described it too. Are you there, Katat?
Well, yeah, I'm here.
Yeah.
True. We want to risk.
That's right. I took him to risk before. I took other people to Nibiru, and I took many of you to the Crystal City.
So
Right.
that's something, is that a possibility to quantum jump there?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
You see, you're every place at the same time, vibrating on different frequencies. I am in all in what?
All is in me.
So then if all is in you, where's risk at?
In me,
Within
right
me,
here.
That's right.
within my reach.
That's right. It's within you and your consciousness. So
Amun.
you can visit it easy. You just have to vibrate on that frequency.
So,
Amun, I got a question.
Uh-huh.
My question is, what's the difference between ether and consciousness?
Well, you're talking about two different things. Ether can be a gas, like what they used to put you under before surgery. Or if you're talking about the etheric realm, it's synonymous with consciousness, because the more expansive your consciousness becomes, the more etheric you become. Are you following me? And the less like ice or water, and the more like steam and, invisible to people in the physical realm. You follow?
I follow.
The more etheric you are, that's why they call ascended beings Etherians. Are you following me?
Okay.
Beings that are very spiritual and very enlightened are described as Etherians.
Okay.
Yeah.
So another question. So when people transition, that's like a dimensional shift too?
That's all.
Okay.
You just ascended. In other words, death and birth are the same thing. When you're a spiritual being, and you planted inside of your mother and your father 3 months before they come together in a sexual sense, physically, right? So that you're actually inside of the womb for 12 months and not 9. That's why they know that your birthday is every 12 months and not every 9 months. You understand? Because they're counting the 3 months that they usually don't in the physical reality. But when the baby is born, you see, while the baby is inside the mother, it's not a part of this world. It's still a heavenly host. So it's not being warmed by the outside sun, but by the internal sun the baby has and the mother has. That's what's regulating the body temperature. And it's not breathing this atmosphere. It's actually using gills. The baby is breathing with gills like a fish, right? Under the water. My water broke, right? So it's not part of this reality. So even when the baby is born and the cord is cut, it's still an angelic being until the doctor turns it upside down by the ankles and spanks the baby, which pain causes the baby to cry. And in order to cry, it has to inhale oxygen and second, which is the life essence that's emanating from the sun, that makes the grass green and gives life and vitality to everything. That second and that oxygen, remember, is a very flammable gas. You know, if you don't smoke around oxygen tanks, or what?
It'll explode.
That's right. So when you inhale oxygen through your pyro or your nose, it goes into your bloodstream, your circulatory system that revolves in your heart pump is the muscle that pumps it around your body, and then you start depositing a little bit of that oxygen and that second, that life essence in every cell in your body to revitalize your body. And finally, when you pump it all the way around your body and it goes into that light in your solar plexus or that internal sun, which is a real fire, it generates a spark when it hits. It explodes into a spark like combustion, like your ignition in your car when you turn it on and start the engine and it starts to tumbling, like your pistons that start tumbling, right, in the engine. And that tumbling binds your spirit to the mud of your flesh to create the living soul. In other words, you bring God or the angelic being down into this physical reality with you. And then you open up your eyes and you belong, you have your zero time reference. That's your first day in this world that you become a real earthling. Are you following me? And not a star child. All right, now it's 10:25. We need to have everybody going outside and look at these stars. And O'Day, if you're in Jamaica already, and I suppose are you here? The brother from Canada.
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, I'm here.
It's very important that you go outside in Jamaica right now, brother, and look up at the sky and tell me what you see there. And I'll make it clear to you that there's no such thing as place or anything like that. So just tell me what you see in the skies over Jamaica right now, please. And everybody else.
Let me just go out there.
I'm sorry?
Hold on, I'm outside now. I'm outside looking up.
Yes, sir. You see the moon?
Yeah. No, I can't see the moon, but I can see Orion. I can see everything but the moon right now.
All right, you're looking at Orion. Okay, we're going to make Orion move to the left. We're going to make Orion move to the left in the name of Amun-Rayay. Orion move to the left in the name of the Messiah. Tell us what you see.
Yeah, it's moving.
That's right. Now we're going to make Orion go up in the name of Amun-Rayay.
It's moving.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, it's moving.
Now we're going to make Orion go in circles clockwise.
Yeah, slow. It's moving.
Yeah. Now we're going to move the whole creation for you. The whole universe. Okay. All creation. Raise up in the name of Amun-Rayay.
Yeah, it's doing it.
Now, all creation move to the left in the name of the Messiah.
Moving.
That's right.
It's moving.
That's right. Now you should be having everybody in Jamaica out there bearing witness to this. If you missed them this time, then you know to have them out there for the next class, right?
Oh, 100%.
Or either you can call me one bright night after you gather about 30 people. Go ahead.
No, that's what I'm planning on doing because I came down here. My parents are down here, right? So I want to get them to join the class and experience it with me.
Do you want them to make it? Right, exactly. You don't want to leave them behind. Come in.
No, yeah, and yeah, the stars are beautiful down here. This is the first time in a while that I've seen like everything clear. So yeah.
Like we got a very good son of mine, Katat. He's on the phone, but he's in Africa right now, visiting his lady. But he's also from, well, his family's from Jamaica.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. So, if you all could exchange emails, that'd be good. Do you hear me, Katat? Well, I'll help you all exchange emails so you can.
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, you hear me, right? So I'd like you and O'Day to contact one another, and I'll make that possible, okay?
Okay, that will go.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. I love you all. I really do. And we're all one, and this is a fantastic journey we're on right now. All right? Who else can see the stars out right now?
I can, the moon in Georgia.
Okay, what are you looking at?
I see a rhino's belt, and I see a couple of bright stars in the sky.
Okay, pick one of those bright stars. We're going to make that star raise. Okay, it's going to raise up in the name of Amun-Rayay.
Oh, yeah, it's already raising up.
That's right. All right, now drop down in the name of Amun. O'Day, you should be able to see. You can see that in Jamaica too, right?
I can see it right now.
All right. Now go in a circle clockwise in the name of the Messiah.
Oh, yeah.
It's doing it too.
You'll be able to see it better over there in Jamaica, because in Canada, when it's cold, you're a little uncomfortable outside, probably, you know. But you can be more relaxed.
No, you're right.
You can be more relaxed.
I can barely see the stars when I'm back in Toronto, like what you're saying. Like,
there you go.
Yeah.
Why? Because of industry and because the cold atmosphere is kind of making it hard to see. But I want anybody in London here tonight. Anne or Cheryl, anybody in London? Okay. Look, I'm going to say goodnight to you all, but I want you to know I love you more than you love yourselves. And one day...
All right.
Okay, and one day
Can you move serious?
Say it again.
Can you move serious? Step 2?
Okay, now I'd have to walk physically outside and let you show me where you seeing that star, right? But if you looking at it, you looking at it?
I'm looking at it.
Looking at it?
It's at the bottom of yeah, I'm looking at it.
Okay, then I'm gonna make it raise up in the name of Amun.
It's raising up.
That's right. Now drop down the name of Amun-Rayay.
Dropping down.
All right. For a minute, I almost forgot what I could do, my own power, right? And became physical. I thought that I had to go outside and physically look at it until I remembered who and what I really am. I am the Messiah. I don't have to do that. But anyway, I'm saying it's very important. It's very important that you all know the importance of posting up these posts everywhere. We don't have time. Wake up to 144,000. I can't reach all of them by myself. That's the purpose of disciples, to be disciplined. The root of that is discipline. Take the time out to open up all the groups, the large groups in Facebook and Telegram and Twitter and LinkedIn and Instagram, et cetera, and start posting up these class links and these information and class times everywhere. Get these brothers and sisters in here. I love you all. The time is now. Tick-tock. Nietzsche authority. Amun-Rayay, answer. Servant to the 144,000. It's real. Peace.